Hey everybody, my name is Ken and I'm making this series of beginner ukulele lessons for my niece who I recently purchased a ukulele for. But anyone can watch these. If you've never played ukulele, you'd probably get a little bit something out of them. If you're already well on your way to ukulele, you probably won't get much out of these, so just head on over to my other tutorials for individual songs if you want. Anyway, this is a ukulele. This is a soprano. This is the smallest one they make. And let's see here. I'll give you a little tour of it. You got the body, which is this big part here, obviously. The hole is called the sound hole. This brown part here is called the bridge, and the white part with the strings lay on top of, that's the saddle. Up here is the head, or the headstock, and then you got the tuners. There's 4 tuners there, and this right here, the white part here that the strings lay on top of there, is called the nut. The brown part underneath all these strings is called the fretboard, and these individual sectioned off areas are frets. Obviously these are the strings. This is the neck of your ukulele. Okay, so that's a little tour. In terms of the frets, you've got the fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 frets on your soprano. Excuse me, the 5th fret has that little dot on most ukuleles. So does the 7th and the 10th. So that's a little marker for you to help you navigate that fretboard. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go over tuning your ukulele. Tuning is extremely important. You really need to tune every time that you start playing your ukulele, and sometimes even in between while you're practicing, because if your ukulele is out of tune, it'll sound terrible. So one by one, from the top to the bottom, the strings are tuned to G, C, E, and then A. So it's G, C, E, and A. And I use this little snark tuner here. These are great little tuners if you don't have one of these. They're not that expensive, especially on like Amazon. But you just clip it onto your headstock, turn it on, and then, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this on the video here, but we'll see if we can do that. Okay, so what you're looking for, I'm going to pluck this. It's hard to read. Let's see. Maybe I can do it like this. Yeah. Okay, so that's a G. It's backwards on your screen, I understand that. But you see how on this snark here, basically it's ending up right in that green area, right in the middle, which is what you're looking for. Actually, it's ending up in the red a little bit, which means it's a little flat, which means you have to tune it up a little bit. If it goes to the yellow, it would mean it was a little sharp, or way sharp, and you'd have to tune it down a little bit. So that's a G, C. See how that's landing pretty much right in the green there? That's what you're looking for. E, and then A. So A looks like it's a little sharp. Oh, now it looks a little... There we go. A looks perfect. So you do it a couple times. Sometimes the vibrating of the other strings will change the readout. Okay. So just so you know, on the ukulele, on the top ones, if you want to tune them up, make them tighter, and make the pitch go up higher, you're going to turn those away from you. And if you need to tune them down, it's towards you. So these top 2 strings are the top 2 tuners here. So tightening them, making them higher pitch, turn away. Making them lower pitch or loosening them, you turn them towards you. It's the opposite on the bottom on most ukuleles. So tightening, you're going to turn towards you, and loosening, you turn away from you. So that's tuning. You want to definitely do that. If you just got a ukulele, it's going to take a good week or two of constant playing and tuning before your ukulele will stay into tune, for the most part. But I still have to tune all my ukuleles every time I start playing just to make sure they're in perfect tune. So, okay, and then one last thing I want to go over in this lesson is these frets. So you got fret 1 through 12, and basically when you press on a string, you're raising the pitch of the note by a half of a step. So you can actually use your tuner and play a note, that's a G, and then play the next note. So put your finger on the first fret, and that shows you it's a G sharp, which is up a half step, and then go up again. That's an A, so that's a half step up from G sharp. But anyway, that's what these putting your fingers on these strings do. Everything raises by a half of a step. And the other thing I want to just go over with you is where to put your finger. You want to get your finger as close to that bar as possible without touching the bar. So you're basically looking to just have your finger like right on the corner there without going on top of the fret. Here's what it sounds like, how it's supposed to be. And if it's on top of the fret, it'll sound like this. So you don't want it to be like that. You want it right next to that bar. Okay? And I guess that is it for this lesson. So the next lesson is just a little bit more about the basics of the ukulele, and we'll get into some chords really soon.